Introverts value friendship more than they express it. Just because they're introverts does not mean they always want to be alone. Traditionally, extroverts are the more outgoing social ones and introverts are the shy, quiet ones. But the experience of either of these personality types is not a one-size-fits-all. There is no such thing as a pure introvert or a pure extrovert. You might be an extroverted introvert or an outgoing introvert, better referred to as a social introvert. You're going to love today's video. Are you a social introvert? Let's find out. Number 1. They are introspective and idealistic at the same time. Social introverts are dedicated to pursuing their interests and feeling prepared and well-read. Their thought processes are deep and specific. That leads them to self-reflection and research, making them appear wise to other people. The other extreme is overpromising and under-delivering. They are notorious daydreamers, spending a lot of time working things out in their mind long before they start to actively sort out the issue. In other words, they overthink. They are prone to setting unrealistic goals and plan to achieve them in a time span that is not well reasoned. Number 2. They have many seasonal friendships. A likely scenario in a social introvert's life is the "we were close" situation. When circumstances change, like different schools, different cities, or different life paths, they just don't maintain contact. Not to say that they shut out people completely, they just don't keep up as they would have before. They go with the flow, forming valuable friendships with the people around them by the day. They can be too objective in their friendship department. That explains why they rarely have close friends among their workmates or practically any group that is meant to achieve something specific. Number 3. They silently hope that their friends will occasionally push them out of their comfort zone. Social introverts need help getting out of their comfort zone and doing things they wouldn't normally do. If it was up to them, they would rather spend time with you and just you. For most social introverts, their love language is quality time. They have many friends, but they deeply connect with a select few, and they prefer it that way. While they are more comfortable in their shell, they wouldn't mind a little nudge. So don't feel guilty about shaking things up a bit. Number 4. They constantly think about missed opportunities. Do you sometimes wish you had a few more close friends? There are days in a social introvert's life when they think they missed out on opportunities. They are easily caught up in long-distance friendships, and it makes them wonder, what if? Their limited social battery makes it hard for them to keep their friends entertained, especially with busy schedules. An outgoing introvert may only want to connect with a few close friends when their work week has been filled with meetings. But when work demands are low, this same person may enjoy meeting people. Knowing this doesn't stop them from thinking they could have done better. Number 5. They make friends quickly but have trouble keeping them. These guys can seem very chatty when you meet them for the first time. They make you comfortable in new spaces. Other people find them warm and easy to talk to. They are capable of empathizing with others. Social introverts go from high energy to being completely depleted. Interacting with them on both spectrums can be confusing, so they are often misunderstood by people who are not within their circle. Number 6. They are excited to attend social events if you give them a heads up. This type of introvert has extremes. They feel awkward and uncomfortable around strangers and have great social skills in a more familiar context. As a result, they love to mentally prepare before attending any social gathering. They need time before and after socializing. A classic social introvert fits in perfectly with extroverts, but their minds will still be processing things more deeply. Their social calendars are specific and are driven by their preference for slow-paced, interesting conversation. If you have plans for a hangout and would like a friend to tag along, they'd prefer to be told in advance rather than ambushed. If you prepare them, they'll be comfortable. Enjoying this video so far? Then don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insightful psychology videos like this one. You'll only get smarter, and it's free. Number 7. They go quiet for days or weeks at a time. Social introverts don't talk to any of their friends on a daily basis. It just doesn't happen. Whether it's due to being busy at work, kids, or something else, it probably has more to do with the fact that they just like to be alone for periods of time. They don't need constant chit-chat or daily conversations with their close friends to be happy. If a friend starts a conversation with them, they will gladly converse. They don't ignore people. Ultimately, that space makes them a better friend to you. It gives them the energy they need to show up in a meaningful way. Number 8. They are either always late for hangouts or take too long to prepare. After a long week, a weekend getaway or a dinner to unwind is a great idea that a social introvert will rarely consider. They just can't seem to decide between going out or staying indoors. A social introvert is genuinely interested in hanging out with a friend or two, but they often find themselves hoping that they'll cancel at the last minute. Funnily enough, they typically thrive in social gatherings when they do show up. They can have high energy and be the life of the party. It wouldn't be unusual for such people to leave the event early, however. Number 9. People have conflicting ideas of their personality. A social introvert is someone who doesn't mind socializing, but prefers to spend time alone. If socializing, larger groups are okay once in a while, but they prefer smaller groups. This is different from shyness because there is no anxiety driving the preference for me time or smaller groups. In larger groups, social introverts can be the quiet, reserved ones, or they can be the total opposite. When you approach them, they are pleasing, engaging, and welcoming. They are right in the middle of the introvert-extrovert scale, mostly assumed to be more extroverted. Number 10. They burn out easily. Social introverts struggle to balance their need to connect with people and their love for solitude. They push themselves too hard to meet other people's expectations. Their friendly and sociable side is what people know and embrace. That puts a demand on them to put up a jovial front. It is difficult for them to say no because they overthink socializing. While it is important to keep their life balanced, they easily go beyond their limits. Number 11. They are ecstatic about gatherings that put them in their element. Introverts generally have great ideas that they sometimes struggle to express in public spaces. While social introverts are confident in connecting with others, they find alone time very rewarding. Consider creative people, like writers, artists, and musicians. They often fall into this category. They spend many hours alone practicing their craft and drawing from their inner resources, but they are also able to connect well with others when publicly displaying their work. Number 12. They are experts in one thing and can't multitask priorities. Social introverts tend to intensely study and think about things for long periods of time. They are geared towards establishing expertise. They don't have the energy to juggle parts moving in totally different directions. It becomes overwhelming. The same will apply in the relationships and friendships. They will give them their all. Number 13. They take time to adjust when working in groups. We mentioned earlier that they are warm and engaging. They don't mind listening to other people's ideas and experiences. It seems quite odd then that they would feel uncomfortable working in a group. The thing with work is that there are a set of objectives and deliverables, not to mention deadlines. A social introvert takes time to grasp concepts beyond the surface. They pride themselves on personal victories because they genuinely take time to understand the subject matter. Having to team up with other people can seem to be a tall order. Not to say that they shy away from working with other people, they just take time to settle in. And if you liked this video, then check out these related videos to see more. And make sure to like this video to let the algorithm know you'd like to see more videos like these.